No idea how I'm going to film this. Right, so here we have a Focal Point, I'm guessing it's an ES2000. Well, this is the back of it anyway. And essentially what's going on with this is that the light at the front isn't working, so it's meant to have like a pretend illumination effect. Yoo-hoo! Right, so if we turn it on, you can just make it out. It's there, but it's incredibly faint. And what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to turn this dial, and it's meant to get brighter, but it's not doing anything. So I suspect what's wrong with it is this dial is, well, it's just constantly turning. So I suspect that the contacts have come loose from there. I could be wrong. Well, let's open it up and let's have a look. This is so cumbersome. I can only see 2 screws. Let's shout at the Holy Hand Grenade patrons while we're just undoing these. Tidder, Jamrag Berlin, no, Tidder, Ellis Garbett, Jamrag Berlin, and Oz Newton. Thanks very much for your support as always. Aha. Ooh. Oh wow. So it was the knob on the right hand side. So it's this one. How am I going to do this? Let's try and take this little board out. Easier said than done. I mean, everything's connected. So I think I'm going to have to try and take this out. There we go. Hopefully that should just now push through. Which it does. Okay, here it is. Right, so it's massively twisted. Let's untwist it first. I might have to open this up. Right, I'm going to plug it back in now because I can see the bulbs down here, and they should get dimmer and brighter. No, they ain't changing. I wonder what exploded. It's unplugged now, by the way. I think it's safe to say it was this fuse here. I think it's a fuse. In which case, I can probably just replace that. I might get away with it. But it's probably a good opportunity for me to say, don't try this at home, kids. I'm not an expert. Surprisingly. Take this board out, and then we can take it off and have a look at it. Yeah. Looks like they've both gone, which is hardly surprising. We've still got continuity between there and there, so the tracks might be okay. Yeah. I think we just need 2 new fuses. Oh dear. Right, let's take these out. That one's out. This one's probably welded in. In case you're wondering, I've got a new cat. And it's pretty vicious. There we go. Right. Are they the same? Yes, no they're not. No, they are not. Oh, that's typical, isn't it? That one is 270 volts, 0.1 UF. Oh, are these capacitors then? Another example of me not knowing what I'm talking about. So this one is 0.15 microfarad and 9.67 nanofarad. 78 nanofarad. So what kind of capacitors are these? What's the difference between one of these and I don't know, a normal one? Right, I've ordered a couple of replacements up for those, so hopefully they'll arrive in the next couple of days. In the meantime, let's see if we can work out why this wasn't working, which was the original fault, until I made it explode. Okay, so that's obviously some kind of wiper, which didn't look like it was in properly. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think what's supposed to happen is that. And what's actually happening is it's turning the whole thing, so like this has snapped. You see that there? I think that's supposed to stay still, and then this bit's just supposed to turn like that. Yeah, I don't know whether this can be repaired, whether that's going to need to be replaced. So I can see two little marks there, which are probably going to correspond to these two holes. Yeah, I think that's supposed to be there. But the little pieces of plastic that were holding it on have snapped off. I mean, I could probably just glue that down. I mean, in an ideal world, you'd just replace this, but let's see what we can do without spending any more money. I think that's about right. Leave that to dry. I'm also going to try and glue this bit back on. I worked out where it should be on here. Like so. Fortunately, I don't have any more clamps, so I'm just going to have to hold this one. See you tomorrow. My replacement parts have arrived. And hopefully this is now dry. Let's have a look. Nice. Assuming it's in the right place, that should be okay. And let's have a look at this. That also looks pretty solid. Right, now what? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put the 0.1 in here and the 0.15 in there. Now this 0.1 one is slightly smaller. I mean, it's exactly the same markings and measurements, so I don't think it's going to be a problem. I guess we'll find out. Right, I wonder if that's going to work now. Let's try and put this thing back together. I mean, it feels right. I suppose I can check, can't I? I can see what resistance we've got coming out of there. It should change. $87 kiloohms. Right, let's try turning it. Go about halfway. .97. Maybe that wasn't quite halfway, but it's definitely changed, doesn't it? Yeah, it's definitely changing. So that might work. Might get away with that. Might. I've just melted the plastic a little bit around there just to try and bond that a bit better. Got double whammy. Alright, there's only one way to find out. Let's bring the fire back in and let's see if it explodes. Right, it's plugged in. Haven't switched it on yet. Let's try and switch it on. So this should be the lamp. Oh. Well, that appears to be working. Let's try and turn the actual fire on. Stand well back, everybody. Oh. I think this might be working. I'm not going to tempt fate. I'm going to stop. I'm going to unplug it. I'm going to put it fully back together. Let's get this board in properly. Put the knob back on and give it a test. Okay, we're on. It's plugged back in. Let's see what happens. The light comes on. The fan spins. It's getting hot. It only blooming works. God, that is hot. Ah! It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. Well, I made a right mess of that, but it still works in the end, and the lights are bright.
I was like, good gracious, ass is bodacious. Foot, she trying to show faces. Looking for the right time to shoot my speed. Looking for the right time to flash them keys. And I'm leaving, please believe in me and the rest of my heathen.